With the Iowa caucuses just a month away, Trump urges voters to hand him not just a victory, but a complete and total blowout. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video, and today it is time that we talk about the 2024 Iowa Republican Presidential Caucus. Because everyone, despite what all the dissimps have said on Twitter about Trump has secretly given up on Iowa because the super secret polling is accurate and all this other crap, despite all of these narratives, how he's not putting any effort into the state, Donald Trump urges voters to hand him not just a victory, but a complete and total blowout against DeSantis, against Nikki Haley. And the polling is showing the same thing. Trump is winning not just by a little bit, he's winning by record margins. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you could join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. Now, to be clear, we kind of knew for a while that Trump is probably going to win Iowa by quite a bit. You know, despite this being, funny enough, his worst early state, he's going to win it by a record margin. I mean, now, to be clear, this does include, you know, non-competitive primaries, like 2020, like 2004. This includes stuff like 2000, 2008, 2016, when it was even a semi-competitive primary. Well, he's asking voters, let's get the record. Let's have a total blowout. So let's get into it. Donald Trump was uncharacteristically serious when he implored an audience in eastern Iowa to carry him to a blowout in next month's Republican caucuses. The margin of victory is very important. It's just very important. Trump told about 1,000 people attending a Wednesday rally and that organizing campaign volunteers. And I really think his campaign knows we have a possibility of setting a record. And this is really the final stand of DeSantis, some kind of Nikki Haley, you know, though she's doing better in New Hampshire. You get the point. A lot of campaigns have banked on Iowa in the past, such as DeSantis. And the reason he wants a large margin of victory, it's not because the DeSimps secretly have polling data where he is actually down and he knows it and he's begging voters to vote. That's not what's happening at all. What's happening is Trump just wants to end the primary as soon as possible. And if he gets a 50, 60 point victory in Iowa when that's supposed to be one of his worst states, good luck to the other candidates. It's time for the Republican Party to unite, to come together and focus their energy and resources on beating crooked Joe Biden and taking back our country. Very simple. He's not wrong. For the blustery former president, it was both caution against complacency and a sign that he and his team believe the first contest on January 15th can be not just the start of the nominating campaign, but the beginning of the end. Yeah. He wants the victory to end the primary so quick he can fully focus on the general election against Biden. That's what this is about. And I'm getting sick and tired of these people on Twitter saying it's a conspiracy that he knows he's down, he's giving up on the state, this is his last Hail Mary. I mean, could it theoretically change in a month? Maybe. But I highly doubt that. I mean, this is absurd what some of these people still believe, that it's a secret conspiracy that Trump is down. Trump is the overwhelming favorite to win Iowa, 1 month away from the caucuses. Funny enough, it is exactly 1 month till the Iowa caucuses. And unlike his first time in the caucuses, which he narrowly lost in 2016, which we know that Ben Carson got screwed, that's why Trump lost, Trump's campaign is now run by Iowa veterans who are not just locking in caucus commitments, but building a formidable organization to try to lock his lead. Among your rival campaigns, most question not whether Trump will win, but by how much, and whether a second-place finisher can claim momentum for the rest of the race. And that's what's happening here. These candidates know they're going to lose Iowa. Their whole Hail Mary is, well, we only lost by 10 when the polling had us down by 30. We have the momentum, which is stupid, but some will claim that. For me, it looked like for a long time there was a narrow lane, but there was a lane for a non-Trump candidate. Said Gentry Collins, a veteran Republican strategist and former state GOP executive director who ran Mitt Romney's 2008 caucus campaign. But there isn't really a single alternative people can rally around. And that's the problem. Nikki Haley is not appealing to a large enough base in Iowa. We're seeing the polling now, she's capped at like 12, 13, maybe 15%. She's getting way too moderate voters. That's not a big part of the electorate in Iowa. And really, she's not that good for Iowa. Again, it's evangelical, it's rural, it's more conservative. That's not Nikki Haley's base. It's post-grads, moderates, the Republicans from 30 years ago that haven't voted Republican in 30 years. Those are the Republicans Haley is winning over. At least DeSantis has a more broad base, but it's not, I would say as consistent, or it's not like as locked down as Nikki Haley's base is, for example. Trump was the first choice of 51% of likely Iowa caucus participants in a Des Moines Register NBC News Mediacom Iowa poll published on Monday. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who has vowed that he will win Iowa, had the support of 19%. And this was the dumbest thing. You could say, we're going to have a strong performance, we're going to stun the world. That's one thing, but to openly say, for 6 months straight, we're going to win Iowa, we're going to win it by so much, we're going to win a landslide. Dude, you're just lying to your voters at that point. Again, this isn't, a race where he's down by 10 and theoretically he could surge. He's down by 30 to 40. I don't get what he's doing. He is banking everything on Iowa, and everybody knows it. People are expecting a victory for DeSantis, at least people that support him. That's how deluded some of these people are, but they're promising DeSantis is going to win Iowa. Trump is going to lose by 30. Next year's GOP nomination is officially an open race, but many primary voters believe Trump was, in 2020. But the blah, 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 Trump bad. That's essentially what AP is saying. Trump remains popular with Republicans, both in Iowa and nationally, who credit him for his handling of the economy, the U.S.-Mexico border, and his appointment of 3 Supreme Court justices who voted to overturn a federally guaranteed right to abortion. Remember that? Remember when all the DeSantis said he was pro-choice, he's not going to win the pro-life vote? Well, most voters understand without him, Roe versus Wade would still be the law of the land. It would. You've got basically a quasi-incumbent president, said Whit Iris, a Republican pollster and senior advisor to Marco Rubio's 2016 campaign. Of course, he's got the overwhelming advantage. And this is what everybody's not talking about. Trump is essentially the incumbent here. He is very popular with the base. He was just president 4 years ago. This is very ahistorical. And people thinking this is just like 2008 or 2012 or 2016 when there wasn't an incumbent running on the Republican side. Here, you essentially got one. For the first time in over 100 years, a former president is trying to win re-election or a second term after losing. Beyond Trump's built-in advantages, a massive and ongoing effort on his behalf in Iowa reflects the campaign's realization, especially compared to his seat-off-the-pants 2016 effort, that turning out many thousands of Iowans to caucus on a cold January night requires intense organizing. State Republican officials who run the contest and strategists with the various campaigns suggest January's caucuses will break the record of nearly 187,000 people in 2016. And that's a big problem for DeSantis. Because this means you're getting a larger share of white working class voters. You know, more rural. I know Iowa's rural, but you get the point. AKA voters that are far more favorable to DeSantis or Trump. Trump is winning the white working class vote by like 60. You know, if they turn out at larger numbers, that's going to just give Trump a larger lead than expected. And that's the problem with the polling. There could be a miss, but they're not factoring in. What if there's a miss for Trump? What if they miss Trump by 5-6 points, but he goes up? They're just ignoring the possibility of that because they're trying to build some BS narrative that secretly there's polling data that shows Trump can surge. Hell, you got DeSantis people that really think polling is all fake and there's never been a correct poll ever because not every single person in America is polled. Yes, there's some people that believe that. These people are idiots. And well, it just looks like based on everything we're seeing, the Trump campaign realizes if we win by just more than expected, this race is over. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.